No.
Right, good evening. This is a meeting of the Oakham Town Council. It's Wednesday, the 14th of December 2016, thank you. And it's 7 p.m. And first of all, well, welcome to all councillors, welcome to members of the public. Good evening. So apologies, there are no apologies because everybody's here, aren't they? So well done. Before I move on to the next thing, I'm going to alter the order of business at this point. But this is under our standing order 5A 7, and that's to alter the order of business, and that is item 11, which is the budget, proposing from the chair that it's moved from item 11 and becomes the last item on the agenda. Okay, anybody want to second that? Seconded by Michael Haley. All those, yep.
Can I also ask that you revoke the standing order that doesn't let us have a debate anymore? Because it does actually say on that item discussion.
I'll make that decision at the point when we get to it.
Yeah.
All right. So proposed by the chair that the item is moved. That's proposed by Lowe, seconded by Councillor Haley. All those in favour? That's unanimous. Okay. So right, declarations of interest. Members are asked to declare, if required, any disclosable pecuniary interest they may have in respect to items on the agenda, and any other interest they may have in respect to items on the agenda. Have anybody got any, or anybody notified any? I presume that Richard's signed a thing. Oh, by the way, welcome, Richard. I know you joined us last week. And we will endeavour, and our apologies, we will endeavour to get your name right on the minute. So apologies. Okay, apologies to the chair. That, you know, that'll be down to me, not double checking. So item 3, then moving on to the minutes now. To confirm the minutes of meeting held on Wednesday, the 9th of November. Any comments or observations? Looking around, I'll come with Michael Haley first.
Oh yeah, 27316.
27316. 27316. Where's that? All right. Oakham Town Partnership. Yeah.
I did not declare pecuniary interest.
Okay. You didn't?
I did not. No.
So Michael Haley did, but Stanley, didn't he? Stanley, you declare a pecuniary interest?
On what, gentlemen?
On the last one, the Oakham Town Partnership one?
Yes.
Right, okay. So Michael Haley didn't. So, okay. Anything else? Moving around, looking around the table? Martin? Oh, so Joyce, let's do it. Yeah, let Martin go first. Go on, Martin, shoot.
It looks like Joyce is going to mention something which she said she wouldn't.
No, you might.
That's all right.
I wish you'd stop overlooking my paper.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, what did you want to say, Martin, in relation to any amendments?
There'll be a repeat.
Okay.
First bit is minute number 261/16.
First page, minutes.
First page.
Yep.
Rather frustratingly, the correction doesn't actually give what was actually said. I specifically asked for audit purposes that we minuted that Councillor Lucas is authorised to spend £200 on plants at Princess Avenue. I don't understand.
Well, it says plus £200 already budgeted.
No, but when you have an audit, you have to show what it's for. We can't just say money spent on whatever.
Okay, right, £200
so I asked for
plants.
that to be, it was an additional thing going back to the original meeting, which I asked you to include. It wasn't included in the minutes. It's a bit frustrating.
Okay.
So that's all I'm asking.
Yeah, that's right.
For plants. For plants. It doesn't
Okay.
have to say for Councillor Lucas, as long as
Well,
it's just minuted for plants for Princess Avenue.
Okay. For plants for Princess
Is that what
Avenue.
you call it, Joyce? Princess Avenue?
Yeah, that'll do anyway.
Or Royce Recreation Ground, isn't it?
Okay.
Or playing.
Anything else, Mike, on there?
Yes. So, we're moving on to minute 263/16. Despite writing it and saying my name is still spelled incorrectly.
Is it?
Yes.
26316.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 7, 9, 10.
Okay.
Yes.
26316.
Yes, and on 26916, which is the town 9 carols and 9 lessons, can I suggest that we strike any reference to what Councillor Lucas it's alleged to have said, because she didn't say what is actually minuted. So that's the proposal that we strike that.
Which bit? Well, Councillor Lucas reported that this event will take place on Thursday the 22nd.
No,
Did she not say
when
that?
it is Councillor Lucas commented that this event was normally held in the castle grounds
She did say
in
that.
order to emphasise the community aspect. She didn't say that. She said in the castle, not the grounds.
Oh, right, so
Not
delete the
usual.
grounds and
One-
just the
no,
castle.
I think the whole section should be deleted because
Delete grounds.
I was told that we can't actually have minutes like that. So
Okay, anything else?
yes, 272/16.
Yeah.
To go slower,
Um,
16, yeah. Oh,
Councillor Sally Ann Wadsworth, name still incorrectly spelled, at least she's not called Wordsworth now, it's an improvement. And also my name is spelled incorrectly. And that's all for.
Okay, thank you.
And I also object to the comments of the clerk saying that when I point out these matters, that I'm discrediting his credibility or whatever it says at the beginning. They've had this in the office for 5 weeks.
Joyce, would you have to?
I just concur with 269/116, and we're making an absolute mountain out of a molehill on that subject. Thank
Okay,
you.
since you've just confirmed what I said. Okay, anybody else want to change any of the minutes? Okay, this is to confirm the minutes then, somebody proposed with those amendments proposed by Stan, seconded by Sally Ann. All those in favour? That's 8, and you're abstaining. And Vince has abstained. So 8-4. Councillor Howard abstained because he wasn't there. Thank you. Thank you. Members' reports. I've got one thing to bring up. Anybody else got any of the reports? Peter, do you want to go first? Oh, by the way, anybody that finds difficulty or is uncomfortable to stand, you remain seated during your deputations.
We're used to standing out.
Yeah.
Yes, but apologies, I didn't notify the clerk, but I've only just
That's okay.
come from the Parish Council Forum Working Group.
Yeah.
And there's 2 or 3 things here. The next meeting of the Parish Council Forum is Monday, 30th of January.
Say again.
Monday, 30th of January. Now, we've just had a meeting with Terry King and Tony Mathias, the leader and deputy. They're going to do a finance update, and it will be the budget, the council budget, but it will also be rather more than that, because I think, as Joyce alluded to at the last meeting, things are getting a bit dire in the longer term. So, yes, and all councils.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
And hot off the press again is this business you may have seen in the paper, this care business.
Yes.
Funding for care. That could be quite significant. They're talking of a 5%, 6% council tax uplift, possibly.
Yeah.
So, you know, it would be handy. I intend to be there, but it would be useful, I think, if 1 or 2 other members could.
That's going to be at the parish forum, is it?
That is the parish forum, but the budget figures will be on the website at the end of the month.
Yes.
But this will give a bigger picture and the opportunity of questions. The other thing, I don't know if any of you have heard of this, but there is a boundary review within Rutland due, and what the government want to do is equalise the parishes and the towns, because over a period of years they get out of kilter. So this will mean some changes before the next election, and there is a presentation on that from someone coming from the government. So again, it would be interesting to hear, and you can get the facts and figures. The local health service, the sustainability was going to be on, but we felt that would be a bit heavy. So that's being left to the next meeting, by which time more answers to the questions will have been be evident. There will also be a scrutiny meeting in the meantime, which you can attend, and there may be another presentation. I'm conscious of going on a bit here, but one final thing, just a more sort of a pleasantry really. 1st of April is the 20th anniversary of Rutland, leaving the county council, and they're talking of beacons and other sort of events. And I think we should liaise as the county town and make sure we're much to the fore. I don't know whether they're going to have a beacon at the castle or whatever, but they're talking a bit like a castle event. Yep, but thank you.
Thank you.
Is that 7 o'clock at RCC, that meeting?
Yes.
Yeah, 7 p.m.
Okay, moving around.
Yeah, 7 o'clock, council chamber.
Vince?
Thank you, Chair. Just like to bring up what we've done so far. A couple of things. Tree went in on the 5 o'clock the morning of the 12th, I think it was. It was nice, inspiring there at 5 o'clock. Unfortunately, nobody was there to help me. But it went in fine, and the decoration with yourself and other members of the town went well. Late night shopping. Following on from that, I believe to be a success. I do owe the council and Joyce an apology, because I was under the impression that we're actually using the chamber. I hadn't coordinated it, so therefore, please minute that I send my sincere apologies to Councillor Lippers. Right, referring to what you were talking about, the 20th year anniversary, I have been approached by Rutland County Council if the chair and the rest of the members are happy to represent the town on a beacon event on the 1st of April next year. I think it's something to do with the event that we held this year, and they want to light fires or a fire. There are things that have been discussed. I won't take the wind from those sails just at the moment, but there are some grand plans set out for the 1st of April. That is my brief report. However, I have, as a member of the public, the pleasure of bestowing the chair with a cheque, £285. Contrary to popular belief and many sort of emails that have been sent out, this year I held an event upstairs called an Illumination Ball. Members of the public attended this, where we raised £285 to support the illumination of the town. And the reason why I've left it until December to pay this into the town is that in June I can't make a decision, or nobody could make a decision, where we needed appropriate lighting. However, I have noted that towards the library end of Burley Road would be appropriate. We actually raised £285 for Rutland, in Rutland as well, and a significant amount, £250 on the raffle. So contrary to popular belief, it wasn't a failure. In my mind, it was a bit of a success. So Chair, please accept this
Thank you.
on behalf of the people that attended, and thank you very much.
Well done, thank you. Said so for Town Council.
Well,
And obviously when that goes into the account, I'll have to go into a heading which is ring fence for Christmas tree, Christmas lights.
The unfortunate thing is that, sorry.
No, there that it's targeted for work on the street lighting at the library, whatever it's called. Burley Road.
sorry, Chairman, can I just fill you in on some details for the 1st of April, because Blackwell has been hot hours today, and it's likely to be a weekend. Rutland Choral Society have already booked the church for their spring concert. Richard Adams is on board, and it is likely to be a full weekend at this rate, because everybody is now having the same. Thank you.
Just
to point out, it's only 15 weeks away.
Yeah. Obviously, that the appointment of any councillor to be part of the working group, and that's what you're in the theory be. We can have I'm a one-person working representative for the WW1, so we'll formalise that probably in January now. But that's not a problem.
It was due to the fact that more than one everyone in.
Yeah. Who's who approached you from RCC? Which? Yeah.
Because of the fire side of things.
Yeah. Cool.
And the other hat that I wear.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Walking around, moving around. Anybody else got any reports? The only thing from the chairman. This was presented to me by the Royal British Legion, Oakham. It's a feedback on the Remembrance Service, so I thought I'd put it in here. So the introduction is, in early 2016, the council agreed to join with the Oakham branch of Royal British Legion. I'll be giving you a copy of this, by the way. Royal British Legion to jointly arrange and organise a Remembrance Service and Parade in 2016, with the religious service remaining with the responsibility of the Vicar of Oakham. The parade, which took place on Friday the 11th of November, homage was paid to the fallen by a short service of remembrance on the High Street, which included 2-minute silence. For the parade and service on Sunday the 13th of November, it was decided to move the post-event reception from Wetherspoons to the Old Hall at Oakham School to provide greater capacity. The parade formed as usual in the Marketplace, Market Street, and marched along High Street, Church Street to All Saints Church. Because of the change in the reception and venue, the parade returned from All Saints Church along the High Street so that it finished in the Marketplace rather than at Westgate Car Park. The Lord Lieutenant taking the salute outside the Congregational Church on the High Street. The participating are organisations in the parade: 2nd Battalion Royal Anglians, 7th Regiment Royal Logistic Corps, number 2 Medical Regiment, number 1 Military Working Dogs with 12 dogs, 504 Squadron Royal Auxiliary Air Force, 1084 Market Harbour ATC Squadron Band, 2248 Rutland Squadron ATC, Oakham School CCF, Oakham Detachment of the ACF, the Scouts, Guides and Beavers. Just under 300 personnel took place in the parade. This is one of the largest for some time. The church estimated a congregation of between 500 and 600. The service was based on an order of service for Remembrance Sunday, published by Churches Together in partnership with RBL, during which the fallen were remembered, their names were read out. The services were followed by wreath laying at the War Memorial, where approximately 18 wreaths were laid. Obviously, these wreaths were about £25 each, so that's quite a bit of money raised for the RBL. The trumpeter played the last post and the piper played appropriate music. Post-event reception in the Old Hall was well received by those attending. As agreed, the administration of the invitations to the parade and service was undertaken by the assistant clerk, who sent out 58 letters and coordinated the responses. The time to undertake this work is not known. Obviously, the RBL want to thank Oakham Town Council, in particular Alison, for doing that. It is a convention of the council to invite past mayors to formal functions. As this was the first Remembrance Parade and service jointly organised by the two bodies, the past mayors were inadvertently missed from the RBL invitation list. We were made aware by some of them were not very happy, but these have now been added and will be invited in the 2017 event. And that's signed by the coordinator, which was Mr. Alf Jewis, the Royal British Legion Remembrance Coordinator. So well done to Alf and the team that organised it. It was a very good event, and obviously apologies to past mayors. So that can probably be filed in the Royal British Legion Remembrance folder, in actual fact. Martin. By the way, as we move into 2017, I will not be taking comments or questions on reports because it is pointless.
Well, not necessarily pointless.
All right, I'm not going to be doing it. Get to the point then.
The point is, they thanked Alison for her work. The town council might want to bring that to an agenda item because when Al brought it to council, it was a one-off, and he said he would take it with him if he left. So we need to review that. So okay. That's why it's important to allow us to make comments.
Right. Well, I won't be allowing comments in the future. I mean, what it is that should be brought forward as an agenda item in the future if people feel that way. But at the end of the day, the town council is meant to be working in partnership with all organisations. So that's all I'm going to say about it, and I'm going to move on. Members' reports covered. Clerk's report. Oh, wait a minute, I'm not listening to that. Right, clerk's report. Thank you.
I've asked separate solicitors currently on progress reports upon the leases for the OCT building, and the advice that we requested on the security columns in Princess Avenue. I'm not getting too much of a response. Okay. I was in touch with them today, and there is a message asking her to contact me and email me the present position. All right, that's point one. And point two is we really ought to note in the minutes, Chairman, that Jasmine has resigned as councillor since the last meeting of the council in November for the purposes of record.
Okay, we can note that, please.
Finally to say that, on discussions with Alison and Michael and yourself, Chairman, we're going to review, all the contracts that the council has, very shortly after Christmas, including the PAS contract,
Right, okay.
PAS contract.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Deputations by the public, members of the public are welcome to